Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here, and welcome to Shady Reacts. Now, one series I constantly get asked to review is Daria, but I've never actually seen an episode of Daria. I have seen clips of it here and there, but I've never seen a full episode. I was hoping that some streaming service would eventually release it, but I can't find it anywhere. So I finally bought the bullet, bit the bullet, but I did something with the bullet, and I got the full collection on DVD. Now, just because I have this, that does not mean I'm going to review it. I could watch this entire thing and be like, there's nothing really worth talking about in this. So I don't want to get people's hopes up. But what I am going to do for the time being is I'm going to watch my first ever episode of this show. It's going to be the series premiere. I'm guessing the series premiere is just one episode, but if it happens to be two, then I'll watch two episodes. But yeah, and I thought I'd share my reaction with you guys to this series. Now, even though I haven't seen an episode, I have seen clips. So I do know like some of the gists of Daria, like her personality, her friend's personality, her family's personality. What I know about Daria is, and feel free to correct me on this, she was originally a character on Beavis and Butthead, which is Mike Judge's show, and people got permission from Mike Judge to take that character and give her own series. So this isn't a Mike Judge series as far as I know. It just has a character that was originally created by Mike Judge. Also, she's apparently, because it says MTV on the box, so apparently she's not a Fox character. That's news to me. I thought she was originally a Fox character. But yeah, that's all I know. We're going in this blind, and should be fun. Now, for those of you who have never seen Shady Reacts, and I know it's been a hot minute since I've done one of these, like over 2 years since I've done one of these. We've got the opinion meter going on, which I think is over there. When something happens that I like, you will hear this noise. And when something happens that I don't like, you will hear this noise. Now we're actually starting the meter at like, because I am going in this with a bit of a bias. Like I said, I've seen clips and I really like what I see. So I think I'm going to really love this series. But yeah, let's get started with watching the first episode.
La 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 la, this is my stuff.
Oh, right. Opener.
Get off, I make up.
Are these clips from the show, or are these just unique clips? Because I prefer when a show has unique animation.
Excuse me, I've got to be direct.
Oh, they were in front of her locker. That's why okay, I thought she was just being mean. They were in front of her locker, so yeah, that makes a bit more sense.
If I'm hungry.
Wait, was that her sister? Is her sister also a brunette? I thought she was blonde. Was that dirty blonde? Maybe that's what that was supposed to be.
You're standing on my neck.
Okay, no, that was just you, like, not trying, Daria.
You're standing on my neck.
Okay, her sister has to be a brunette because her parents are brunettes. So, I mean, I guess they could both have the recessive gene of a blonde. So yeah, they're both brunette. For some reason, I was picturing her sister as a brunette, as a blonde. Maybe just because she meets the blonde stereotype. What's this newspaper say? Lawndale Sun Herald, mayor indicted. Is that supposed to say indicted? Sick Sad World, Saturday. She's reading a newspaper during a wedding. Oh, okay, to show like she doesn't emote during these times.
Standing on my neck. La 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 la.
No, Daria, that's not okay. If you're participating in a sport, to not like actually participate. Esteemers. That's what the episode is called.
Girls, I just want you to know your mother and I realize it's not easy moving to a whole new town.
Ooh, that mouth animation. Okay, I'm not gonna be too mean to the animation because, you know, way back in the, well, this was a 90s show, right? I think it might have been a 2000 show, but his mouth is just completely rectangular.
I'm just saying, you don't make friends as easily as some people.
Quinn, for instance.
Exposition. Okay, so we're getting to know these characters. Quinn, I guess that's her sister's name, is the friend maker, and Daria does not make friends as easy. Okay, pretty basic stuff.
The point is, the first day at a new school is bound to be difficult to...
Speak up, Dad! Can't hear you!
See, there's a balance between like likably rude to the characters and unlikably rude to the characters. Daria is supposed to be one of the famous examples of being likably rude to the characters. that little instance right there wasn't the best, but it's the beginning of a series. You got to give it some leeway. Like, her dad's just trying to be nice, just trying to make sure like she has a good time at school. I imagine Daria doesn't care about stuff like this, or at least doesn't act like she cares about stuff like this. So I don't see a reason to be mean to him other than she's just his daughter. You're mean to your family member sometimes.
Hi, you're cool. What's your name?
Quinn Morgendorfer.
I didn't realize that was their last name.
Cool name.
You are a filthy liar. That is not a cool name. That last name would get made fun of so much. But they probably just sense her alpha energy.
Our Lawndale High students take great pride in their school.
Jimmy Neutron!
As you sail the student seas of Lawndale High.
Okay, so let's look at some of these eye designs, because some of them are very similar, but then you've got this girl back here with the hair covering her face, which you kind of expect Daria to have. They drew her eyes very differently from everybody's. I'm guessing they probably drew them the same as the rest of these characters, but the hair design probably messed up. Tall girl on the left, her eyes are slightly curvy more than Daria's and Quinn's and the boy in the back. But Daria, Quinn's, and the kid in the back, they have like the exact same eyes, except Daria doesn't have any eyebrows for some reason.
Nobody told me about any tests.
Don't worry. It's a psychological test. You're automatically exempt.
Okay, that was funny.
What do you see here?
It's a picture of two people talking.
That's right.
Are you supposed to say that's right when, like, are you supposed to say that to just anything that comes out of their mouth? Like, oh, that's a picture of vomit. That's right. I feel like, the validation, the whole point of those things is that there isn't an exact answer.
Can you make up a little story about what it is they're discussing?
They've been going out for a while, and he's upset because other people keep asking her out. And she's saying she can't help it if she's attractive and popular.
Well, I found my favorite character. Like, I already suspected that Quinn was going to be my favorite character. I'm attracted to these types of characters. You guys who have seen my Miraculous reviews, you know that I tend to be attracted to the Chloe Bourgeois types.
Now, Dora.
It's Daria.
I'm sorry, Daria. What do you see in the picture, Dara?
Wow. Okay, well, she's just giving you express permission to be rude to her.
A herd of beautiful wild ponies running free across the plains.
There aren't any ponies.
See, why would you ask her what she sees and then correct her on what's on the image? If you had just said, what story can you make up about these two people, that would be fine. But you started out the premise of, what do you see? This is a bad psychological test.
Last time I took one of these tests, they told me they were clouds. They said they could be whatever I wanted.
Yeah, Daria's right. They should be able to be whatever if they're doing the I forgot the Rorschach test. I don't think this is supposed to be Rorschach, however you pronounce it. I don't think this is supposed to be Rorschach. I think this is supposed to be a story creative test. But this woman started by asking, "What do you see?" which is a Rorschach, which is it's dependent on the viewer's perception of things. Like, this teacher is doing everything wrong.
That's a different test, dear. In this test, they're people, and you tell me what they're discussing.
Sure, but you started by asking, what do you see? Like, you shouldn't start with that question.
It's a guy and a girl, and they're discussing a herd of beautiful wild ponies running free across the plains.
That was good. I didn't see that one coming. I knew she was going to say something, but like, that was a very good snarky comeback. You started it, lady. You intentionally got her name wrong. You can't be mad at her for being snarky back. Okay, well, Daria's already meeting her famous reputation of justifiably being snarky to people. I know she's not always 100% in the right throughout this show, which I'm very glad, because I don't want to marry Sue. But yeah, I'm just glad to see that they got the comedy down in the first episode, because I was kind of scared the first episode wasn't really going to be good.
Class, we have a new student joining us today.
What is that? That's not a human. That is an alien. Someone designed an alien. It was like, let's pretend it's a human.
Daria, raise your hand, please.
Why is that guy wearing his football gear in class?
Well, Daria, as long as you have your hand raised.
I love this character. I love this character.
Can you concisely and unemotionally sum up for us the doctrine of manifest destiny?
Why did he say unemotionally?
It was used by people who claimed it was God's will for the U.S. to expand all the way to the Pacific Ocean. These people did not include many Mexicans.
So with that little tidbit, we just got a little insight to her personality. It was a good show rather than tell, showing that she is knowledgeable. And not only is she knowledgeable about history, but she's knowledgeable about certain societal issues that may be going on now or gone on throughout history.
Who could tell me which war manifest destiny was used to justify?
Ooh. Crap. Wait, I feel like I know this one.
Promise me you'll come back and see me someday when you've got the Heisman Trophy and a chain of auto dealerships, and I'm saving up for a second pair of pants.
If you were to ask me to play a character, I would probably play something like this teacher. Acting over the top is just so much fun.
Can you guess which war we fought against the Mexicans over manifest destiny?
I feel like I know this, and I feel like it's going to be something really easy, but good gravy. History was always social studies in general was always my worst subject.
Either someone gives me the answer, or I give you all double homework and a quiz tomorrow. Daria, stop showing off!
I don't know if this teacher's going to make a comeback, but he is really like shoving Quinn aside for my favorite character. So far, my favorite character is this teacher.
What about you, Daria? How was your first day?
But there are some interesting idiots in my class.
That's great.
Jake,
He was trying to be supportive. That's what he was trying to do.
You're in a brand new school in a brand new town. You don't want it to be Highland all over again.
Not much chance of that happening. Unless there's uranium in the drinking water here, too.
I was about to make a joke about how it's radioactive where they last came from, and they made the joke for me. Me and this show are in sync.
God, I hope that's not the Booster Society again.
Hello? Yes?
That is an interesting background. Okay, it is May 12th. Woo, that phone. Jeez, throwback. Well, I've still seen phones like that nowadays. It's cordless. It's not that old. Those flowers, I guess, are floating. Normally, like, you shouldn't linger on a background like this.
You girls took a psychological test at school today?
They said we wouldn't be graded.
They sure did.
Daria, they want you to take a special class for a few weeks. She didn't flunk anything. It seems she has low self-esteem.
What?
That is a type of grade. Well, it's essentially a grade. You know, it's not A through F grade, but it's... They were judging these students based on these tests. Lies and slander.
We tell you over and over again that you're wonderful, and you just don't get it.
I probably shouldn't be laughing at that. That was such good juxtaposition. We tell you over again that you're wonderful. You just don't get it. What's wrong with you? That's... Oh, man. I know that's, like, true for just a lot of people. Like, the people around them feel like they're giving them positive motivation when in reality they're just... It's another way of bringing them down.
Don't worry. I don't have low self-esteem. It's a mistake. I have low esteem for everyone else.
Yeah. How did they get that from that? I didn't even think about that until she said it just now. How did they get low self-esteem from what she said? Like, she was pretty confident in herself. She just didn't like that teacher. She had full confidence in everything she was saying.
La 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 la.
That was weird.
Esteem? A teen. They don't really rhyme, do they?
Hey, there she is. I recognize that haircut. That girl on the right, she's an important character.
But we are here to begin realizing your actuality.
I have a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Question and answer time is later.
I want to know what realizing your actuality means.
It means... Look, just let me get through this part, okay? Then there'll be a video.
I was wondering about that. I was like, wait a second, you should be allowed to ask questions. I get it, like you want to save the questions to the end, but she actually asked a really good question, and they're obviously trying to show that this guy's incompetent.
How am I supposed to follow him if I don't know what he's talking about?
I can fill you in later.
Aw, she made a friend.
How come you can't pass the test to get out?
I could pass the test, but I like having low self-esteem. Makes me feel special.
Y'all don't have low self-esteem, or at least not from what I've seen in this episode.
I'm taking the rest of the day off to work with you on your self-esteem.
Her self-esteem is fine.
I don't pretend I'm going to cure you, Daria, but if a lack of mother-daughter bonding is part of your problem, we're going to remedy that right now.
Well, at the very least, the mom is being, like, active in her daughter's life. Like, she's at least trying to be there for her daughter. I mean, the mistakes that she's making are very, very obvious. Like, the show is blatantly putting them up front for us to see. But, like, I can't be mad at a mom who, like, she's taking time off of her work. She's been told that her daughter is going through stuff, and so she's trying to help her through it. Like, she's basically saying, I'm going to do everything on my part to help.
We're going out to do something you want to do.
And even that, taking her daughter out to do something she wants to do.
What do you think of this one?
I feel like this is not something that her daughter wants to do.
That's my sister.
Oh, bummer.
So these two have only been together for like 2 minutes, and I feel like there's a very natural chemistry between their friendship.
So, you got any brothers or sisters?
I'm an only child.
Wow. Wow.
What are we talking about when we talk about ourselves? Yes, we're talking about us. Excellent.
What kind of response was that? Why is he saying yes to everything?
Today we talked about turning your daydreams into reality. Tonight, I want each one of you to go home and do just that.
What are you talking about? A daydream? That's just you losing your thoughts in the middle of a day. Like, I guess what he's asking is something you often daydream about and something you want to see come true, but like, that's so weird. Like, is he just talking about some, like, an actual dream that you want to happen? Like a goal of yours? Why is he specifically saying daydream? I guess maybe he's like thinking that most people daydream about stuff they want, but that's not necessarily true. Like, sometimes I just daydream about random sci-fi or fantasy worlds, or sometimes I just have a random thought in my head and I just trail off. Like, that's such a weird thing to ask.
But what does your self-esteem teacher say?
He says I should think back to circumstances that brought me happiness as a child and replicate them. But I suppose Quinn's here to stay.
Well, I thought, why don't we go to Pizza Forest for dinner like we did when we were kids? Boy, do I miss those songs.
All right, so this show definitely gets the reward for comedy. It's got me hooked on the comedy.
Roll, roll, roll your boat, gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
She did the assignment. She made her family suffer, and that's what she daydreamed about.
Your boat, gently down the stream. Gently down the stream. Life is but a dream.
I am too suave and sophisticated to make a Five Nights at Freddy's joke.
Your turn. Jump in.
You're not supposed to talk when you're in the suits.
Row, row, row your boat.
I want you to make a list of 10 ways the world would be a sadder place if you weren't in it. Is that if we'd never been born, or if we died suddenly and unexpectedly? Never been born.
That caught me off guard. I was gonna make a joke about his voice, but then the thing he actually said, jeez.
We feel really good about ourselves.
We want to take the graduation test.
Well,
This first week has been a real eye-opener. It must be the way you teach.
Oh my goodness, Daria's tone is like just perfect.
self-esteem is important because...
It's a quality that will stand us in good stead for the rest of our lives.
Very good.
So I know the whole point the episode is trying to make, that these classes because they have determined answers. Like they're not actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. But I just want to say out loud that if you have a determined answer, like the class is not going to do what it's supposed to do. They're just going to regurgitate the thing that you told them to say. I get it. That's the point. That's the criticism they're making, but still.
I am really pleased. I think the whole school needs to hear about this at assembly.
Uh-oh.
The bake sale was a tremendous success. We raised more than $400.
She really sounds like Jimmy Neutron to me. I hope that's the same voice actress.
You know, self-esteem is a little like your car's brake fluid. You may not even know you're low on it until one day you go to shift gears and nothing happens.
That's transmission fluid!
Well, I was about to make a statement of how that was a really good metaphor, but then the show just proved that I know nothing about cars.
I want to go home.
Daria, wait! Who cares how bad this is? It's still better than algebra!
That's good, Corey.
Funny.
Uh-oh. Is she about to have a good person moment?
The one person I'd like to thank more than any other is my very own sister, Quinn Morgendorfer. My sister, Quinn, has forgotten more about self-esteem than I'll ever know.
Wow! Daria turned that around!
So then she gets up in front of the whole school and makes a big deal about thanking me.
That's really sweet, Daria.
What was she upset about exactly?
She felt I should have thanked you and Mom as well. Maybe we should all go out and celebrate. Let's go get our picture taken with the cardboard alien.
I'm Artie! You're cool.
Mom, Dad, you guys wait up.
He just complimented you.
La la la.
What is this credit sequence? Why are they just in different outfits? What is going on? Why? What is going on? Like, is it because they went to a convention? Like, the convention, these costumes aren't even properly themed. Okay, so that was the first episode, and highly enjoyed it. Highly enjoyed it. That was very interesting. So, just some thoughts. Daria is exactly as enjoyable as I expected her to be. This is kind of what Velma tried to do. They tried to make someone who was very rude to the people around them, but the people around them deserved it. But Velma just did it awfully. With Daria, pretty much everyone who she claps back at, they clap at her first, which is why she's clapping back. You know, sometimes she goes a little bit far with her family, because her parents specifically are just trying to support her, but they're doing just not the best job. But it's still likable. She's still doing it in a likable manner. And like I said, I know like in later episodes, there are times where Daria is not in the right. So I'm fine with that. And the show acknowledges she's not in the right. She's a very enjoyable character. Her friend, whose name I've already forgotten, but her friend is also very likable. And she's also distinct from Daria. Like, they're not the exact same character. And I like that. I feel like there's a genuine friendship there. And it really does feel real to me. I expected to like her sister more. Maybe after a couple more episodes, I will. Because I tend to be drawn towards those bratty characters who get everything handed to them. The character that won the episode was the teacher. I don't think he's going to make a comeback. I feel like he's not going to be a reoccurring character, but man, did I enjoy every moment he was on screen. The history teacher, not the self-esteem teacher. The self-esteem teacher reminded me of what's his face from King of the Hill. Shut the door. And what they're saying is pretty obvious now. Like, it's pretty obvious commentary, but I imagine back when this first came out, they weren't like, it wasn't such an obvious message, and the way they were doing it weren't such like obvious techniques. But so far, yeah, really liked it. I'm very happy that it made me laugh as many times as it did, because I was very scared that it just wasn't going to be as funny as I thought it was. But man, yeah, they got me laughing a good lot. The comedy in this show is really good. Really good, and I'm very happy about that. So that's the first episode. Like I said, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know if I'm going to review anything from here, but you know, if I do, this is now me starting to binge this. I'm not gonna react to every single episode, because if I did, it would take me forever to get through the series. And if you want me to review this, you don't want me to go to talk about every single episode. You know, my Avatar fans and my Miraculous Ladybug fans, you know how long it takes me to get through a series if I talk about every single episode. But since I am binging this anyway, if there is a specific episode that you think would make for like a good reaction video, let me know and I'll consider it. But this is going to be like my binge series for like the next month, just when I have downtime, sit down and watch these episodes. Because so far I really like the characters and I really like the comedy, as I thought I was going to going in. That was a really fun experience. Can't wait to see what else comes. So that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next one. This has been Shady Doorags. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.